valuable wrecks still waiting to be found. Flor de la Marche 1511. The centerpiece of Portuguese military power in 1502, the Flor de la Mar was effectively a looting ship. For a decade, the vessel made trips from Portugal to Ormuz, in today's Iran, Malacca, in Malaysia, and Goa, in India, bringing arms and muscle to colonized people, and returning to Portugal with gold and other valuables. In 1511, when it was returning back from Malacca overloaded with 400 men and thousands of pounds of gold, believed by some to be worth more than $2 billion today, the Flor de la Mar sank during a storm near Sumatra. SS Warada, 1911. The SS Warada was a British passenger ship often called Australia's Titanic, but it launched in 1908, 4 years prior to the actual Titanic. It had capacity for 750 passengers and 150 crew and made one round-trip voyage from London to Sydney. But on its second voyage, the ship was reportedly overweight and prone to small fires breaking out from an uninsulated boiler. It disappeared somewhere near Cape Town, South Africa, in a historic shipwreck graveyard known for rough waters, bad weather, and rocky outcrops. SS Arctic 1854. The Arctic was luxurious and quick, able to cross the Atlantic in 10 days. The private ship was built with a generous subsidy from the U.S. government to help the American-based Collins Line compete with the British Cunard Line. For years into its transatlantic service, the Arctic collided one night in 1854 with a French steamer near Newfoundland, incidentally, not far from where the Titanic disappeared along the same route heading in the opposite direction. At the time of its sinking, the Arctic was a tragedy that killed almost 300 people. But it was made worse by the horrifying revelation that the crew had scrambled into the too few lifeboats and all the women and children on board had died. Merchant Royal 1641. The most lucrative wreck recovered to date was the Nuestra Señora de Atacha, a Spanish galleon carrying so much gold that it took 2 months to load the riches evenly before the ship set sail in 1622. When it was found by bombastic wreck hunter Mel Fisher in 1985 off the Florida Keys, the gold was valued between $400 and $450 million. Santa Maria 1492. The famous trio of ships, the Nina, Pinta, and the Santa Maria, carried Christopher Columbus on his ocean crossing to Hispaniola, modern-day Haiti, in 1492. But only the first 2 ships made it back to Spain. According to reports of the voyage, tension grew between Columbus and Juan de la Cosa, a cartographer, and the Santa Maria's onboard master. Things came to a head when the Santa Maria ran aground near Hispaniola on Christmas Day 1492. Columbus blamed de la Cosa and considered asking the Queen to charge him with treason and abandonment of the ship. She didn't. The ship was lost and has never been found.